Yo, what's going on? And welcome to some Once Upon a Galaxy. Now, this game just recently came to Steam, but I think it's been out for a little bit on mobile. It is still a work in progress, but I think it's already in a good spot where I've been having a lot of fun with it, so I wanted to show it off today. This is like an auto battler with cards. Everyone knows probably how much I love my card games. I kind of really like the auto battler asynchronous format. Think like Bazaar, where you're fighting someone's snapshot of their build on that specific day. And you're doing that in this game as well, except I think the big thing this game has going for it, first of all, just like any game in the genre, it's really addicting and you want to just keep pressing play again, play again, play again. But this game, the runs are super short. So like Bazaar, when you first start playing the game, it maybe takes you 2, 3 hours to do a run, and then once you get better, it's maybe like 1 hour. You could do faster if you're playing specific characters. This game, we're talking like fast runs, like 15, 20 minutes at most, and you can instantly get back into another run. And I've been having a lot of fun with it. So I wanted to show it off today. Probably do like 2 quick episodes today, depending. I don't know exactly. We could probably do more than one run an episode, unlike something like the Bazaar. So we'll get into it. We'll kind of see how it goes. Now, this screen, it's not super specific what everything does. Like I said, it's still work in progress. Um, but there's also like cards that you can unlock to build decks. I don't really understand that function quite yet because I don't have enough cards to actually build anything. It takes a little bit to actually unlock some stuff. So we're just gonna hit the play button and you'll understand it probably from there. It's fairly simple. It has a few nuances to it, but I'll explain what's going on. And then we probably aren't gonna worry about any of these other menus right now. We're just gonna play the game. So let's get into it. When you first start the game, unfortunately, this is a character I do not have. They do give you free gems to buy a character, but I'm probably not going to buy this guy. The one weird thing, like I said, work in progress, when you're in a run, there's no music. There are sound effects and stuff, but there's no music. I guess they're working on that. Hopefully it comes soon. It's just a little bit ominous with no sound going on. But anyways, when you get started on a run, you got 3 choices for characters. Now this guy I don't have. You can see I get a reroll though, so I'm just gonna reroll him immediately. And then these are the characters that I get to choose from this run. There's a bunch of characters. There's like 20, 30 plus characters. Each of them has a special ability. They're called a captain. So Geppetto here, you can see that it's kind of stuff based on fairy tales. Um, Whenever you summon a character during a fight, give its slot +1 attack. Improve this by +1/+1 when you golden a toy. So toys are like a classification of a card, kind of like a fairy or a hero, stuff like that. Um, so toys are a very specific thing, and golden just means you need to upgrade the card. So you need to get the same card multiple times. It goes from bronze, silver to gold, similar to other auto battler type games. And the summon mechanic, it has to happen during battles. So without there being a battle on the field, it's kind of hard for me to show you that. Not all cards are actually going to summon, but some cards that summon are going to benefit from Geppetto here. Mr. Lamppost, at the start of the game, you choose a legendary character, and then on turn 7, you get that character. Pretty straightforward. It doesn't help you for a while, and then you get a legendary character. Legendary is not quite the highest, but it's fundamentally the highest. Most characters can't get above legendary, or like it's hard to get above legendary. I've only seen one captain that actually really lets you get above legendary stuff, and you get to like this. I can't remember. There was like multicolored. It was called like prismatic or spectrum. I don't remember. I only had it once. And then here we got Jack Sparrow as kind of like a joke, but he doubles your hunt abilities. Hunt abilities here, you could see when your character attacks and kills someone, they trigger their hunt abilities. This guy's going to double it, so you're going to want characters that have hunt abilities already to go with him. Um, I do think Jack Sparrow, like pretty straight up, is just good. Um, a lot of the early cards can benefit from this, and then a lot of later cards are also going to benefit from him. So I was going for the best one possible. I'd probably go with this one, but I think Geppetto's pretty fun. So I'm going to take Geppetto here. And then you can see we got like decks, right? So I only have these two cards unlocked. I could buy the rest of the cards in the deck for 500 gems, but I'm just gonna like play and unlock the cards. So in the future we could use this. I don't really know what the decks mean exactly. I think they're just the cards that are going to show up naturally, but I think other cards can show up as well. So I'm a little bit still confused on that whole part. But anyways, we'll use the starter deck. And then when we get into the main gameplay loop here, you can see we have essentially like a shop. We pick one card from the shop, add it to our list of stuff, or our field here. You can see we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 5 slots total. So it's a front and a back, and they kind of like attack in that order, right? It goes left to right, up to down attack order, and the enemy is going to have a similar field. And then you can see up here, we have a little pip, which is another shop. And because the circle's gray, that means it's the lowest rarity, so common down here. And then after that, we got a battle. Every battle is like a PvP battle. So Geppetto here, he benefits from toys. So we immediately have Forgotten Present, who has a farewell ability. He's a 0/3, so like a lot of card games like this is your attack, this is your health. When his health reaches 0, he dies, and when all of your units die, you lose the fight. And your character also has overall health, so when you lose a fight, you lose some of your overall health. And when this gets depleted, you lose the run. But anyways, so Forgotten Present here, he doesn't actually do any damage, but he has a farewell ability. So when he dies, he will give the slot +1/+1. So this is a really interesting mechanic in this game that you don't really see in like the bazaar or anything. In the bazaar, you upgrade the card itself, which does happen in this game as well. Or the tool or whatever they're called in the bazaar, like items, I guess. But you can also upgrade the slots. So say I'm going to take this present because he's a toy. Say I take the toy and he's in this middle slot and he dies, the middle slot will now have +1/+1. So if I move him off of it, the +1/+1 is going to stay here. And he can then move around to give other slots +1/+1. Now, this one's kind of tough because we have a new mechanic here called Quest. Quest is going to give you a treasure, which are kind of like, are they called relics in the bazaar? I can't remember what they're called, but like the items that aren't on your board that like buff things on your board. That's what quests are, and they're of the rarity of whatever card is giving you the quest. So this one's going to require us to recruit 3 villains. Similarly, this one's going to recruit 3 heroes. And you can see something like Jack in the Box here is a toy villain. So it would count towards that, but we can only pick one of these. I'm really tempted to take Jack in the Box because it's another toy, and it is actually going to work with Geppetto's ability here. So when you summon a character during a fight, give its slot +1 attack. So Jack in the Box, when he dies, he summons a 1/1 Jack. So whatever, if I put him on this middle slot, he dies, then another, I think it's also a Jack in the Box, but they just call it a Jack, spawns on that spot, and then Geppetto's ability is going to proc and give the slot +1. So again, slot, this middle slot will have more. I do think if I take Jack in the Box, I'm going to lose the first fight, but I think it's going to be better for us long run because it's going to start stacking up our slots. So we're going to go ahead and do that. It's really tempting to take the quest. But here you could see turn 1, we have a fight, and it shows everyone who's in the fight. So these are all their heroes that they have. You can click on them, see what their heroes do if you want. This is the guy that we're currently fighting, and he's playing Mr. Lamppost, which we saw at the beginning of the game. But you can see what hero everyone else is using, how many hearts they have. And once everyone else's hearts reach 0, you win. But it's going to take us a few turns. So these people are all paired up, like fighting each other, and we're fighting this guy for round 1. So anyways, let's battle. Like I said, we're probably gonna lose. Actually, we're gonna tie, so that's fine. He didn't have a super good board. Both of our units died, so we procced our abilities. You can see these slots now have bonus stats on them. And now you can see that these cards here are upgraded by those bonus stats. So now we actually have a duplicate of the Forgotten Present here. The great thing about duplicates is when you see one, if you pick it, so you know, like we have 2 shops a day, this is a free shop. If I take this silver card, it's a free shop. I get that, and then I get another bonus shop on top of it. It's tempting to get this wind-up toy because he's another toy, but we want to take the free shot because it's just gonna like propel us further into the lead. You can see here that when you upgrade a card to silver, it does not get any better, but when you upgrade to gold, it does get better. So we really want to do these because it's a free shop. It's going to make this card a little bit stronger, and then it's also going to get us on the way to gold. So we're going to go ahead and take this guy. Ooh, and we get another one. So that's going to be 2 free shops for us. Let's take that immediately then. And now, this is on summon. It's not on farewell. So the gingerbread house, it's going to give its neighbors +2/+2. So or not +2/+2, just +2 attack. So the people next to it. A lot of these are tempting, right? To get a quest would be nice. Also something that I didn't mention is anytime like you see this gingerbread house, give my neighbors +2 attack is not just for that fight, it's forever, which I think is a really unique thing in this game. So you're really building up your cards over time. And it kind of makes every single deck into a scaling deck. Whereas in the Bazaar, a lot of times you have like specific characters that are scaling. In this game, everything can scale. And most archetypes have something that makes them scale. So you want to find it if possible. Gingerbread House is not super strong, but I think we might still take it. But now we need to choose, because we attack left to right, so we want to choose who's attacking first. I think Gingerbread House, pretty self-explanatory, needs to go in the middle. So he's going to buff both people. When he dies, hopefully he'll die. The only thing is we do want him to die while these cards are still on the field, because if they're not on the field anymore, then they won't receive the buffs, right? So I think it is smart to put the present over here because the present has a lot of health. He might survive a hit, and then the gingerbread house will go die, and then it'll buff these two. Mysterious Egg is weird. It's actually pretty good on this turn because he's a 0/1, and after 3 turns, he hatches into something that's 1 rarity above your shop. So you can see, our shop right now is common, but next turn, every 2 turns, your shop upgrades. So in 3 turns, our shop will be turning blue. So this will give us I believe, legendary, maybe? Either that or a blue, I can't remember. This is interesting because it permanently gives everyone in your shop +1 health. So if I pick this up, even if I sell it, forever everyone's going to have extra health. Thinking I might take the egg, though. The egg might make it so we lose. But we can do stuff like we could put the egg on the slot so it actually has stats. Oh, we're not going to do that right now. I guess everyone else somehow healed up. Even Mr. Lamppost healed up after we beat. Oh no, we tied. Right, no one loses health when you tie, so that's probably what happened. This guy's the only guy who lost. We might lose this round. Our board is kind of weak. They have a scary gingerbread house. Okay, we got the farewell. Okay, we actually won, and it's funny, we won by the egg. The egg was going to have to attack next, but since it didn't have to attack, we ended up perfectly fine. I also didn't talk about it, but this top card here is a spell instead of a character. The spell is going to do something to your board, right? It's gonna, in this case, turn a bronze character into a silver character and give it +1/+1. Now, unfortunately, that doesn't count as grabbing a silver card does, where it gives you a bonus shop, but it can be good to upgrade a card if you're just not seeing the same card again. Peter Pan increases Fey buffs. I don't know if it retroactively would have buffed that one Fey that gives +1 health, but we're not really gonna do Fays, so I wouldn't worry about that one. Wind Up Toy is not that strong anymore. Like, I would have wanted to get him earlier, because now he's only got 3 health. He's probably getting one shot anyways. So I'm thinking we're taking Silvery Moon here. And we're probably going to upgrade the egg, because when the egg transforms, it will keep its upgrades. So it probably makes sense to just upgrade the egg here. We have another Silvery Moon. Jill's Sunshine is another Fae, and it has a new mechanic that I haven't talked about yet, which is support. Support is the characters in front of them. So say I'm in this slot, then the gingerbread house and Jack in the Box is in front of her, right? She's going to give them each 5 attack. Now that attack is just while she's there. It's not every single turn they're getting 5 attack. If it did that, it would say it. There are cards that do that. This card just gives them 5 attack while she's there, and it doesn't keep stacking. But we also have another toy. Farewell, I get +1/+1, then improve this bonus. So this guy's just going to scale harder and harder and harder the more he dies, right? So I think we definitely want to grab this. Mostly because I don't really want to upgrade the gingerbread house, because I think the gingerbread house is not long for this world. But what are we going to do? Because everyone has a farewell ability, right? It's really tempting. I think the snowball has to be on the front. And I kind of want the snowball to die first. Let's go ahead and grab it, and then we'll rearrange our board. So I think I want the snowball to be here, so he attacks first, so it's very likely he will die first. And then I think we're going to put the Forgotten Present up there. Jack in the Box attacking before the Mysterious Egg. And this should be fine here. Ooh, he's pretty strong, actually. Oh, that was like the worst order possible. Okay, we just got smashed. This guy's really strong. But it doesn't necessarily mean we lose. We just gotta scale. So Cowardly Lion has another quest. He needs to survive damage 3 times. But I think it's a little bit late to grab him, honestly. None of these things are very good. So what I'm thinking is we buff the snowball here. And then next turn, our Mysterious Egg is going to upgrade. So in case you're wondering, like, my board is currently full, so I have nowhere to put new cards. If I take a new card and put it on top of one of these, it will discard the card I already have. But there is up here, you could see kind of like a faint little emblem. If you want to buy this card to get the recruit effect, which is buffs from phase, give an additional 1 attack for the rest of the game, I can just drag him up to here and it will sell him immediately, which will count as me getting the recruit bonus, and it'll also count as me picking this card. So the next time I see this card, it will be silver. But you could definitely do that. And then we have a spell called You Meet in a Tavern, which, just like if you don't like any of these, you can use that to have another random 1, but then you're locked into whatever that 1 is. This is a lot better if you have bonuses that go off of when you cast spells and stuff. So I think since we don't really have anything going for us here, we're just going to take Pan's Shadow and sell it. Okay, Snowball died. Oh, that's bad. We're gonna lose. We can't... The Santa Claus, every time he takes damage, it survives. He spawns a toy. Which we could really use as Santa Claus. But, yeah, our egg was not good enough to kill that guy. What do we get? We get Magnificent. So we got a new mechanic here, Treasure Hoard. One, you can stack Treasure Hoard multiple times, but it gives +1/+1 to the character for each treasure we have. So we talked about quests give treasures. I don't have any treasures currently. They would be in the bottom left here if we did. But now we got an 810, which is pretty decent. And 3 bags full can actually give us a treasure. Slash is interesting on Farewell. Our shop just gets +5 attack. Which might be better than Gingerbread House. We got Navi, which can repair a heart, and when it gets golden, you gain an additional heart, which I believe it means you then have 4 hearts. Slash or 3 bags full. I think 3 bags full. I'm really tempted to get rid of the Gingerbread House because you can see it's not always working very well. The Gingerbread House is definitely the weak link here. But let's see what we could get. Everyone has +2 attack, or we could kind of make it so our next treasure is a higher rarity. When you summon a character... Okay, this is what we want. But we need more summons. Currently, only Jack in the Box is summoning. But it's going to have +5 attack on the summon. So that's what we're going with. We're going to have more things that summon. So here, this is interesting. When you recruit a villain, give it and me Treasure Hoard. I don't really want this guy because he stacks with animals, but I can't get him to just give her a treasure hoard. However, I think Grodo is going to be better because it just gives one of my characters +4/+4. Now, there is Achilles. He can be pretty good, but if he dies, he gives the enemies all stats. And then we actually have a Fae here. And you remember we bought Pan's Shadow earlier, so that's actually giving +1 attack to this support. I think it's Grodo. We just don't have anything that really synergizes with Grodo. I guess it's really just Snowball. Because Snowball we're probably going to keep long term. But some of these others are all on the chopping block. And Magnificent, it just has a good stat line. It's not really... Oh, I forgot about Purple. Purple is before Legendary. That's why I was getting confused. I was like, surely it doesn't go straight blue to Legendary. But yeah, this went to Purple, which I think is epic or something. Yeah, I think we Grotto the Snowball. Okay, they couldn't kill the Snowball, so maybe it wasn't the greatest. You saw we did get a health back. I don't really know why that triggers. I don't think it does all the time. So here we have an interesting card. Down came the rain to give all the front slots +1/+1. But we also have Pan's Shadow again, right? And I told you earlier, if we pick this card up the next time we'd see it, it'd be silver. He's a villain, so he stacks Magnificent. He's a silver card, so he'll give us a free shop, and we don't have to put it on our board. Now, is it better than Gingerbread House is the question. Gingerbread House currently has a +1 sitting under there. I think Gingerbread House is still probably better, so I think I'm just going to buy him and sell him. But it does stack our Magnificent, you could see. And Bunny is really good, but not really for our build. If we had gone Captain Jack Sparrow, and Bunny would be the play. Because she has Hunt +6/+6, which is a really good stat line. This thing is also pretty good. Or we could give everyone +2 attack. If I bought this, I would probably just sell it. But it gives both of the back slots +4/+2. Is that better than everyone having +2 attack? Maybe, actually. Also, the support ability is interesting. Is it better than Magnificent? Because we'd have, I could put it in the Jack in the Box slot instead. Because it gives the slot bonus to the characters in front. So if I put it here, first of all, we get 4-2 to that. So then we'd be at 7-2. We'd be giving 7-2 to each of these, which is probably better than Magnificent. Plus it'd be a 10-10. So yeah, it's actually better than Magnificent, huh? Yeah, let's do that. We don't have any synergy with Magnificent, so I think that's the play. We'll swap over here. So we're now giving 7-2 to each of these characters up here. We're really not getting what I want. We're not getting enough toys. I think we're just taking this +2 attack to everyone. Like, somehow we got a whole thing of pirates. Okay, this is the guy we fought at the beginning. Let's see how he's... Okay, he killed the... Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. The only thing that could have been better is Jack in the Box dying, but it was kind of hard because Jack in the Box is the last one to go. So I'm thinking now, especially with this giving 7 attack, the Jack in the Box spawn is going to have more attack. So I think I really want to try and get rid of Gingerbread House now and move Jack in the Box to the front, if possible. Presence of Gaia gives a slot +2/+2, so we'll probably give it to that. None of these really help us very much. I think we're going to go ahead and do this. There's Santa Claus. Okay, so Santa Claus is gonna... You saw him earlier. Every time he takes damage, but survives, he summons a toy, which is gonna make this give +1 attack every single time. So Santa Claus is probably the play. Question is, how do I get him to survive damage? Maybe on this present slot here? Anyways, Gingerbread House is gone. It did a good job of giving things attack, but... I want Jack in the Box up here. So this Jack in the Box is just going to hit really hard, die, summon another Jack in the Box that's also going to hit really hard. The Snowball, we just want the Snowball to keep dying. Ideally, the present keeps dying too. This is when he survives damage. You need to have open slots to summon stuff, so something needs to already be gone and dead. So maybe I'll keep him back here. Because I don't want him taking damage and then not summoning anything because all of our slots are full. Because who you attack is random. Oh, he already had a gold Jack in the Box. Oh, he has a snowball too? Oh. So close. Okay, Dreamer is an interesting card. Dreamer, when he attacks, he deals 1,000,000 bonus damage. So he pretty much kills anything he attacks, but he's really weak, so he can very easily die before he does that. And if he's getting attacked, that doesn't count as him attacking, so he doesn't... Obviously, when cards hit each other, they do their damage to each other. But when he's getting attacked, he doesn't deal the 1,000,000 bonus damage. Mockingbird is a toy, but it summons an animal. Which does count for this, because it's just a summon. It doesn't require you to summon a toy. The thing about the present is when the present is dying... but the present has so many attacks stats from the Gingerbread House, but we might get rid of the present. Because the Mockingbird is going to give +1 attack every time. It's not going to give the health. But if we can upgrade Geppetto's ability, we just need to find one more toy to upgrade his ability, and then it'll be better. I don't want to get rid of Boon Willow right now because it's giving us a really good bonus. So I think we do this. Ooh, Frankenstein is really good. Also, Midas's Touch would do this. This is tough. Midas's touch, we could upgrade our Jack in the Box. I think it would just make it a 2/2 Jack in the Box, or it would make it a Jack in the Box that takes his stats. I don't remember. But Frankenstein is so good because Frankenstein, when anything dies, so on their side or my side, he gets +2/+2. And since we're dying and then summoning something, that's more things that can die. So I think Frankenstein just has to take Santa Claus's place because Santa Claus is currently not popping off. I really want to take Midas's touch as well because that would proc this, but I think we need Frankenstein. Frankenstein's probably going to be our carry, so. And this is the guy who beat us before. He was really strong. How is he looking now? He looks like he didn't get much stronger. He replaced his cards, but... Okay, now we're starting to see legendary stuff, because we got a legendary shop. So the Kraken has Hunt give all 3 of your front slots +8/+8. Kind of crazy. Doesn't really synergize with what we got going, though. This, when one of your animals attacks, give all animals +5/+5. Really good for an animal build, but we only have one animal. And you could see a nice touch that they did. Whenever there's a synergy on board, it will show the keyword that the synergy is with. So this thing has animal synergies. So it shows every card that has the animal synergy. If there's multiple, then it'll say like animal plus. And you can see that even though this has keywords, it's not currently showing them because there's no synergies that it wants me to pay attention to. Now, what I think I'm actually going to do is Boone Willow's currently giving +9/+4 to the front row. Sparkles, each fight, every time we start a fight, it gives 5 attack to everybody. So after 2 fights, this is going to have given more attack than Boone Willow. However, we're not getting the health. But I think it's good enough that we're going to do that. Double. We don't have... It's best on this slot. Double just makes it so the slot... it gives it +1/+1, and then it doubles all the slot buffs on it. It's really good if you have a lot of slot buffs already. I'd say our slot buffs are a little bit small to actually be doing that. Ooh, but Dr. Frankenstein... Scarecrow's also decent because he has a pretty easy quest to complete. You just complete it by grabbing cards. Dr. Frankenstein, with our build of units dying multiple times on the same slots, is just going to be better than Sparkles after, like, 1 fight. So I think it's got to be Dr. Frankenstein. And we want our units to die. That's pretty much the strategy. Oh, we even got an Ant Bunny who procced her Hunt ability. Oh, the Dreamer did 1,000,000 damage to her. But there you can see now our slots are getting lots of buffs because Dr. Frankenstein gave this slot +8/+8 that turn because 2 things died on it. Same with this one. Which actually we should put Dr. Frankenstein last so he attacks last, so it's least likely that he dies. Okay, we do have an interesting thing now, though. We got Titania. Titania does what I was talking about earlier, where at support, she just gives them the stats permanently. Every single fight start. Is that good enough? I think what we got going on is better. So I don't think we can do it. We could grab this guy to double the next spell we cast. Katamari is a really good card, but we probably wanted to get it earlier. It has all types, so it fulfills like everything. Like it could be a toy for this, it's an animal for this, yada yada yada. But it also has give attack, and you know how we buffed Fey buffs earlier? Since it counts as a Fey, it would give +1/+1, but it's actually giving +3/+1 because we've improved Feys. Do I grab Greed or do I grab Two-Headed Wizard? I think Two-Headed Wizard and just selling him to get the double spell cast on the next spell is probably better. So you can see here it now says +2/+2. Or it says ×2, sorry. We get a bonus shop of all spells. It would do that twice. Jack Frost is a support. Like none of these are really very good for us. So I think we're going to grab this. So what do we got here? It's not amazing. I think we'd rather just have +2 attack on everything. And then what else do we have? All for one, +1/+1, and if we win the next fight, we get another +1/+1. This one's interesting. If they have something, the problem is I don't know who I'm fighting next, and I don't know what their board looks like. But essentially, you can grow your card to be as strong as their card, and I believe those stats are forever. So we'd take like our weakest card, which even though it's not technically our weakest card, I'd probably do it to Dr. Frankenstein to make him stronger. And then transform an enemy card. This is kind of random, but it can help you out if they have like a really big threat that you're hoping to hit with that. I think we grab this and hope that it just works on Dr. Frankenstein. You can see that someone was eliminated already. It gave him 4 defense from Titania, which is kind of unfortunate, but... Ooh, the Cheshire Cat survived. That means we win. So we just eliminated that guy. He hit 0 hearts, so now he is out of the fight. As we saw, one person had already been eliminated. I don't know if any of the others were on the verge of elimination, but that means that there's at most 3 people left, including us. So, Eureka. Give a character +7/+7. Are you a mage? No, you're not a mage. We're probably going to grab this just for the free shop, but we're going to sell it immediately. You are a toy. When I'm attacked, I gain attack equal to the attacker's current health. I don't know if this works if he dies. Plus, he doesn't really fit into our board. He doesn't summon stuff or anything. We have not really made use of Geppetto's ability that much. Like, it's been given a little bit of attack on summon. The snowball's going crazy. The snowball gets +8/+8 when it dies right now. Okay, you go up there. Nessie. Nessie's funny. It's just a legendary with high stats that's an animal. Doesn't actually have any abilities. Everything else here sucks. I could grab Navi just to repair one of my hearts, which I think is what I'm gonna do. Oh, did that not count? Okay, so now we can finally do this because it hasn't come up before. When you get a gold card, I don't think you get the bonus shop anymore, but you do get a treasure of equal rarity to the card. So this card is green, which is uncommon, so we'll get an uncommon treasure. So we're going to go ahead, grab Pan's Shadow to get that. I don't know why we didn't get the heart from Navi. I thought we should have, but maybe I didn't read it correctly. So here, Sword of Valor. When one of your heroes attacks, give all your characters +1/+1. We don't have any heroes. That does nothing. Your first shop always has 3 characters of your shop's rarity. So you may have noticed that like we have a legendary shop, but the characters aren't required to be legendary. They're just up to legendary. This will make it so the first shop we see every single day has 3 characters that are that rarity, which is pretty good. But this, when one of your toys is KO'd, give the slots behind it +1/+1. So I think we're just going to go with this toy synergy. It's going to make these back slots a lot stronger because like Jack of the Box is dying twice. This unfortunately is summoning an animal, so it's only going to count as 1 death for it, but the snowball counts. These won't do it, but you know how it goes. Leftover pieces seems like the play. Okay, so there are... Oh, did I miscount? I guess I did miscount. It was 1, 2, 3, 4. So Mr. Lamppost again. You can see we're kind of tied for first with this guy. Let's see how he's doing. I feel like our build has really good synergy. Someone would need something crazy to be able to beat us. We actually got the Guardian of the Grove randomly, but that doesn't matter. Transform a character into a random bronze character of your shop's rarity. I don't think we want to go with randoms. Each of my slots is buffed. So does this count as getting the quest? I don't know. We don't have a good choice here, so I am just going to do this. Because all of my slots are buffed, right? So I'm gonna go ahead, sell. Okay, it did not work. Dang, I guess I had to add him to my board. Some things are a little bit weird because sometimes you can like those recruit quests that I showed earlier where there's like recruit 3 villains. When you're on the last one, you can actually recruit a villain that would then discard the card that has the quest and you still get the quest completion. But I guess some of them don't exactly work like that, but I didn't want to put him on my board no matter what, so it is what it is. Here we get a free shop and upgrade our Mockingbird. Hinman. I don't think we're going to get down to 1 heart, so I'm not going to play around that. I guess we'll just take this spell because it's honestly, there's nothing here for us. We could just grab one of these cards so it shows up as silver next time, but I think we'll take this. It'll make us stronger. The game is almost over, right? I don't know how it works when it's like this because you never get a bye, right? You never get a round where you don't fight anybody. But I think like this guy gets a bye on this round. Because it's currently us fighting. Oh wow, his snowball is crazy. Okay, his snowball's dead. Okay, I think we're good. That snowball was kind of scary. You can see our Frankenstein's getting crazy now, too. Oh, I've never seen this guy. I have +6/+6 for each toy you have recruited this game. Quest, I have 100 attack or health. So this is going to give us a legendary thing. I know the snowball's good, but this guy's going to be better. On this slot, he'll have 100 health, so once we do a fight. Yeah, because we're already on turn 13. The game's going to end in like 2 turns. Maybe even 1 turn. So Snowball has kind of done all the scaling that it's going to do. Unfortunately, we never got to upgrade the Snowball, so I think this guy's the play. Yeah, he has... Oh, he counts as a toy. I was like, how'd he get to 106? He counts as a toy. Could do a shop of all spells. Which is probably just what we're looking at because there's nothing that's going to improve us right now. You're just a toy. I could just do this for the most stats possible. Okay, so when it's 1v1 at the end, losing instead of taking half a heart now takes a whole heart. So if he loses here, then we win the game. And I guess somehow that other guy died. So maybe, I'm not really sure exactly how it worked. If it forced him, like both of us to fight this guy, but it only counts him fighting me as his heart loss. But he had 2 hearts. Maybe it did count both of it. I don't really know how the back end works that you can't see. But anyways, we beat him last time, so I'd be decently confident that we're going to win again. Okay, yeah. We didn't even really have to use the Frankenstein, but you saw the Frankenstein was getting crazier and crazier. So that's a run, right? A whole run right there. We won. We unlocked a new card. I think this is like Battle Pass progress. What do we unlock here? Aladdin and Prickles. And then here's your rank. You start in wood, then you go to bronze, and then you go to silver, and it goes from 1 to 5. So 5 is the highest, I think, in silver. So we're probably about to make it to presumably gold. But anyways, that was the first episode, a little bit longer because I wanted to like explain everything. But I think we'll do another episode where we kind of just go through it. Maybe we could fit 2 in 1 episode to just kind of show off how quick the runs can be. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you haven't seen this game, maybe give it a try. It is free. I didn't mention that earlier on. It's completely free to play unless you buy like the Battle Pass, but I haven't done that and you can see that I'm doing perfectly fine. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed and I will see you next time.